everybody, and welcome to Candlelighters of Brevard on this very special Giving Tuesday. I'm here with some of my closest friends as we celebrate Giving Tuesday, and we just wanted to share what this means to us as an organization. So here at Candlelighters, we help about 80 families locally as they're battling pediatric cancer. And this is something that really does take a village, and Giving Tuesday is a part of that. We're asking you to join us in this global movement to help us raise our goal of $5,000 to continue to contribute to programs and services that benefit all these lovely families that we have grown so close to and that really do need your support and help. So I would like to welcome and share about who is here with us today. So my name is Carolyn LaRock, and I'm the Resource Development Specialist here at Candlelighters of Brevard. I have here my special artists. I have Miss Christina Nolan. Can you say hi to everybody? Hi. We're getting started coloring some butterflies. I have Mika and Miss Angelica. You say hi. Hi. I have Miss Lauren Khalif and Shamika. And then I'm humbled to introduce our staff as well. Miss Adis Perez, Director of Family Services. Natasha Duran, our Executive Director.
Good morning.
And Samantha Roulet, our Operations Specialist. And we really are here just to share our mission and wanted to share a little bit about the fun that we're having today. And we welcome you to our office here in Indian Living. So Natasha, if you want to share a little bit about what these special butterflies mean to us.
Yeah, absolutely. So the butterfly has always been such an important symbol to us at Candlelighters. As many of you know, the Candlelighter symbol is that of hope. It is that of turning despair into triumph and really transforming the darkness into light. And as you may imagine, the butterfly isn't born into its great beauty. It is born as a caterpillar. And it goes through a time in which it needs to kind of be in a darker place. And that darker place is the cocoon. And it is so easy for Candlelighter families to feel as though they are in a cocoon upon receiving that diagnosis, to feel that they are alone in this battle, to feel that the whole world is coming in on them, and to feel that this period of their lives can be one of the saddest that they've ever encountered, ever endured, and ever will endure in their lives. But at Candlelighters, we know that that's simply not the truth. We know that even if somebody has to be in the midst of their cocoon, that we can come together as a community and surround them with that love, so that when the time is right, they can emerge from that cocoon healed, either with their angel wings and fulfill their complete healing in heaven, or they receive their healing right here on earth by the amazing doctors and staff and so forth that provide them such great healing. But at the end of the day, we know that the greatest medicine of all is love. And at Candlelighters, we make sure that while they are in their cocoons, or once they've emerged as butterflies, that they are provided all the resources needed to do exactly that, to transform darkness into light. And so at Candlelighters, we believe so strongly in the power of the butterfly to be this internal, beautiful symbol of hope. And so our awesome kids are coloring butterflies. Do you want to share the awesome butterflies you've already colored?
Beautiful. It's beautiful. And what these butterflies are symbolizing today is how our kids want to show their love to you. Your donations today, if you are willing and able to donate $100 or more, it really does help us in our mission. And we would like to dedicate a butterfly in your honor to our butterfly tree. So if I could have Miss Mika help me, we're going to put our first butterfly on the tree. Woo! One beautifully decorated. That's wonderful. Can I borrow one?
Yeah.
Thank you. So we're going to put this right on the tree.
I'm the one.
Ready? No?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And we will continue to color butterflies through the next hour for our donations coming in through our Facebook campaign. So we do humbly request you donate today through our Facebook giving campaign to help us get to that $5,000 goal. And we immediately, before we even kick off this wonderful day, received generous donations from individuals like Michelle Russell, Sandy Burge, and Mark Nikolajczyk to be our first butterflies honored on our giving tree. So we do thank you greatly, and we do want to do a little bit of a tour to welcome you into our world. And that's going to begin with our Director of Family Services, Miss Avis Perez. And let's go find her in her office. Come on this way. Here she is.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us live this Tuesday giving morning here at Brevard Candlelighters, and we are just so grateful for you being a part of this campaign, not only to raise funds, but to also bring awareness on how we help these families. As you can imagine, what these families, from the moment they reach their diagnosis, what they go through, from just the exorbitant amount of the extra expenses for traveling. Here at Brevard County Candlelighters, we just have a list of programs and services that we offer our families. They are given that diagnosis that no parent ever wants to hear: your child has cancer. And we become the first responder. We listen, we know firsthand just everything that they're going to be going through, their journey, and how in many ways that we can help. Our programs and services are designed exactly to help alleviate those extra costs. We start with our treatment allotment center fund, and this is a monthly financial support that we give to our families just for the extra cost of travels and gas and tolls, just reassuring them and making sure that they could get to those treatment centers and hospital stays. We have a wonderful Angel Car Care program. This program provides just services to their vehicles, oil changes, make sure their brakes are working and they have new tires, just services to just make sure and maintain their vehicles. And this wonderful program is sponsored by the Nelson family and Brevard County Hyundai that have been just such a blessing to this organization. Our Get You There program is just prepaid gas cards. As you can imagine, all our families here in Brevard and Indian River, they travel for treatment. There is no pediatric oncology or facilities here in Brevard. So gas cards are just such a key, wonderful opportunity to give them so that they can just travel at ease and just get there with no problem whatsoever. Our utility assistant fund. This is a time where we take care of their utility bills. Monthly we pay or reimburse them directly for the utility bills. We have our wonderful prescription drug program, just co-payments and just out-of-pocket expenses that these families have for prescription drugs for their child, and just knowing that we can help them with that as well. Our Home Away from Home is an opportunity to maintain these families together. It gives them the opportunity at no cost to them to stay at the Ronald McDonald's house or other facilities, just so that, as we know, when families stay together, children heal faster. We have a wonderful counseling program. This is a program that we help with licensed therapy to just help our families with those issues, just these issues that just arise with all the families, and know that all our families are available, and this program can help them with that. We go into our Angel Fund, and our Angel Fund is that one-time donation that we make to the family, to those parents that have just experienced the agonizing moment of losing a child. Our programs, as you can see, financially we just help, but we understand the emotion that these families need and need to be around other families at this time. Our family outings to just theme parks and picnics and celebrations, just to give our families, just to let them know that they are not alone. We are all in this, and we just provide that emotional support. like I said, firsthand, we know and understand exactly what these families are going through. And through the years, we've just designed and developed all these programs to just be here for them, mostly to just offer that hope and that family love that they receive here at Candlelighters of Brevard. This morning we have here Christina. She is a Candlelighter mom with her beautiful son Nolan. And Christina would just like to say a few words on our programs and services.
I just want to thank Adis and everyone at Candlelighters, and also let the public know that Candlelighters is very unique. When I meet people from Osceola County or Orange County, and they don't have this same support, my heart goes out to them because it's been so meaningful for me. Those of us in Brevard County, we know what a gift Candlelighters is. Not just the financial support, but it comes with so much love, personal love. When I come and see Adis and I come in and cry, or I come in and I'm happy, she's there to go through this roller coaster with me. And the support financially has been so helpful too, with all the gas. And every time we drive to the hospital, it's an hour there, an hour back, actually over, with tolls and gas and staying away from home. And just, there's sometimes we've been in the hospital for 2 weeks, and it's so difficult to enter back into the real world when you come back from a long stay at the hospital. And they're always there for us, always. And so I can't emphasize enough how much Candlelighters means to the parents and the families that are going through this. And my daughter even remarked once, she said, I know why groups take care of the family, because it affects all of us. It doesn't just affect Nolan. And that was coming from my 9-year-old daughter, and she really hit the nail on the head, is that the families all get dragged through pediatric cancer. And so we're very thankful.
Really appreciate you giving us those kind words and letting us know that we're here for you and knowing that we care and love. So now I'm going to go find the rest of my staff. I don't know where oh wait, I think I found some people. We're gonna check and see where we're at as far as where we're at with donations and if we're adding any of those butterflies.
Yes, and we need your help. We don't have any butterflies to add, but we do want to thank all our donors that have helped us already raise $410 towards our campaign. Those dollars, as you have heard, are going to go right to those programs and services that we're honored to offer to all of our families at Candlelighters. So thank you, and we will be here throughout the day. We will post the link to this video so you can easily click and donate as able. So please find that on our Facebook page and on the link on the video. Thank you, and now I want to introduce Ms. Natasha and Shamika for a little one-to-one interview with our local Candlelighter celebrity.
Hello again. So we are here just to continue this spirit of Giving Tuesday. And for us at Candlelighters, it's so much more than just meeting our goal of the 5,000 for today. It is about being able to share and create a voice. And for us, year-round, not just today, the Candlelighters staff and board of directors are so committed to ensuring that each and every one of our 80 families finds exactly that, their voice in order in which they can heal, their voice in which they can share their sweet and precious children's legacies of love, their voice in which they can say that I have endured the greatest battle of my life, and I'm stronger now because of it. And on Giving Tuesday, on every Tuesday, and on every day of the year, we want the community to know that our Candlelighter families are bold and they're beautiful, they're kind and they're giving and they're wise. And there is no battle that we can face as a community that we couldn't learn a great deal of wealth from these beautiful families. No matter what you're going on, no matter what's going on in your life out there, whether you're facing your own battles with health, no matter if you're facing your own battles whoever's watching this live stream right now, I want you to feel that you have a voice. And I'm here to prove that even if your voice feels really shaky or you feel like you can't even speak because you just don't have the strength within you, we want this hour to be beneficial to you too. We want this hour to be about you finding out what it means to fight like a kid. And so we wanted to spend some time during this hour with our lovely Shamika Chamberlain and her awesome kids. Miss Lauren, what color do you want? That one? Which one do you want, sweetheart? I think we're good now. And so, what happened is that a couple of months ago, we were lucky enough to have our signature event, which is our Ladies Night Out event. For any of you that were able to attend or sponsor, we thank you for participating. And at that event, we always take some time to reflect on the purpose of why we're here as a nonprofit, why we're here to celebrate an event such as that in creating funds, but also more so about creating awareness. And during our very moving program, we had asked for Shamika to just share her story. And upon sharing her story, we had a very special guest in the audience, and her name is Mallory. Mallory is the editor of Space Coast Living, and she heard Shamika's story, and I shared a little bit of mine, and I think our two voices led her heart to create a Survivor series in which she would feature both Shamika and I, as well as some other local heroes who have faced survival and turn that statement of survival into a statement of strength, into a statement of courage, and to say that we are survivors and that there is no battle that we can't win. And so before we talk a little bit more about that, any sentiments you want to share about the experience?
I met a lot of wonderful women in the community as well. It allowed me to, the whole experience allowed me to just make a purpose of my pain. So I was really grateful to share our story and our experience, not only with battling Kyra's cancer, but as well as becoming a part of Candlelighters, Candlelighters family. So yeah, I'm excited.
So in case you didn't catch it, there was an October issue, easy for me to say, October issue of Space Coast Living, in which every year they celebrate survivors. And we were very surprised to get the cover, but very grateful. In the Survivor series, it is just exactly that, stories of survival. Whether you have faced a heart attack and overcome that, whether you have faced domestic violence, whatever your story is, learning how to be a survivor. And for us, we got the opportunity to share our two stories. My story is very much about learning how to fight like a kid. And what I mean about that is that my whole career has always been in the corporate setting. I started at Harris Corporation, had a wonderful career that I truly loved and cherished, and felt that it was a promising career there. But as life so poetically chimes in, my heart was stolen by Candlelighters. And to know that there were so many children here locally fighting for their lives, it was a reality that I couldn't not be a part of. And with very, very little planning, but a whole lot of prayer, I just decided that I wanted to step into their pain. And even though that didn't really make sense at the time, I knew that God would reveal why and what the purpose of that realization that I wanted to be in the midst of that pain. And the reason I found out that that calling was so strong was a couple months after coming to Candlelighters, I was diagnosed with systemic lupus, which is a life-threatening disease that attacks your major organs. And over the years, it's only progressed and gotten to the point where we have heard from my doctors that I was looking at organ failure myself if we didn't immediately start immunotherapy. And for me, it was such a realization that these kids and beautiful people like you would end up being the reason that I was able to not just endure the pain, but actually turn the darkness into light. When I go to the House First Cancer Center every month for my infusions, sometimes there's this awful quiet. There is kind of a sadness and almost this feeling of death when you are getting chemo or next to somebody who's getting chemo. And it was just an eerie silence. And where I feel that Candlelighters has taught me to fight like a kid was it's their pictures, their images that I look at when I'm going through my infusions and so forth. And reading their dad jokes and their silly sentiments literally fills my heart with the medicine that is more healing than any therapy I could ever do. And when I think that I just don't have the strength to fight, the Lord tugs on my heart and reminds me that if these precious children can fight with joy, with perspective, with a sense of humor, who am I not to as an adult? And so little did I know that coming to Candlelighters would be what ended up saving my life. And I'm just so grateful to these amazing kids who have given me light in the midst of even my darkness in facing systemic lupus. As powerful as it was and therapeutic for me to kind of share that with the community in this piece, it was Shamika's story that touched me the most. And I don't want to ruin anything you share, just a little bit more about your story and what you were able to share through this piece and even just through your life.
Okay, so just a little background about how we came to become a Candlelighters family is that our daughter Kyra was diagnosed with metastatic sarcoma in December of 2016. At that time, she was already at stage 4, so she was a direct admit at the Morris Children's Hospital. We underwent biopsies and several surgeries and tests to confirm diagnosis. And over the course of a year and a half, Kyra completed her rounds of chemo for 11 months. And she had completed that initial phase on last November 13th of last year. And a week later, the week of Thanksgiving, Kyra began to experience fevers and things like that. It was something that was new to this treatment because she had never had fevers throughout. We brought her back to the Morris and we were told that her cancer had returned. At that time, the doctors were, kind of, their hands were kind of tied because they have given her the treatment that they know, knew to work. Right. So they said, well, we can test her pathways and see if she's receptive to any other types of chemo. At the time when the test came back, they said we have one type of chemo remaining that can possibly work, but it's a shot in the dark. We learned how smart cancer is. So the tricky thing with cancer is that there are certain pathways that are targeted by medications, and those pathways, when they're attacked by the medication, which is chemo, they can create new pathways. They can communicate through other, methods, and that allows them to spread and continue to grow. So we said, okay, we sat down with Kyra because she always wanted to be informed, and she was very much a part of her treatment, and she was her resident in call, she was her own little mini doctor. And she agreed to do the treatment, but she did tell us before she started, which she started in December. And right as we were preparing to celebrate Christmas, she said to us that if this treatment did not work, that she just wanted to spend time with that family, you know, the time she had left. So, of course, it upset us, but, you know, being a parent and not enduring her fight, but supporting her fight, I respected her wishes. So, we started the new chemo in December, and the doctors told us that she had roughly 30 days to live. The cancer had responded initially, but then it stopped, like really quickly, it stopped responding. So Kyra spent her time with our family. She did go back to Memorial Hospital in January for another treatment as part of that protocol that we agreed to. And at that time, she just decided on, you know, if it's not working, I will go home. You know, she's very matter of fact, you know how she was. So Kyra came home on January 22nd, and Kyra passed January 31st of this year. So she passed all in her fashion. She decided how she wanted to go, and she was surrounded with family and love, and you know, I'm really grateful for the experience, if that makes any sense. You know, it gives you some insight to life, you know, and it puts a lot of perspective on life. My fight now and my purpose now is just to make purpose of the pain. We have 3 other children that have endured this experience, you know, and that have supported Kyra's journey. But I'm determined to make purpose of this pain that I feel, because losing a child is something that no parent ever, you know, considers. We, like I said in the interview for the magazine, we as parents, we prepare our children to lose us. We never consider it the other way around. You know, we do everything to raise them well, to make sure that they can support themselves and that they're successful. But we don't do anything to prepare ourselves to lose our children. And when the inconceivable happens, your world is flipped upside down, you know, and rightfully so. But I am determined to definitely, you know, support other families. We didn't know anything about Candlelighters before Kyra's diagnosis, and you know, it was amazing to me of all the work that Candlelighters does for the 80 families in Brevard County. And you know, even though we met you guys at the darkest hour of our lives, we are grateful for your beacon of light that you've shown on our lives, because it has definitely seen us through some tumultuous times. You know, Candlelighters does amazing work. All the programs you guys provide, and the events and the support, you know, it's amazing. And you know, Kyra was just kind of like one of you all's kids. She just was, you know, bubbly. Yeah. But you know, I definitely want to bring awareness to Candlelighters and all the work that they do in Brevard County.
And you have. I don't know if you can see the beauty of this picture, but it captures the beauty of who Shamika is. It captures the beauty of who Kyra is in living that legacy through your voice now. It's interesting. Kyra was so part of even planning her own celebration of life, her own services. And what I learned, not just from Kyra, but from your family, because each and every one of you are so beautiful and impressive in your own ways. I learned from your family not just how to gracefully endure pain, or even the worst that somebody can face, which is death itself. I learned, and I'm continuing to learn from you all, how to live. it was interesting when they were going through the midst of everything, especially last December. Kyra just kept tugging on my heart, and this is while she was still here, the angel among us, and I just was journaling one day, which is not even something that I typically do, but I was just journaling to kind of release the pain of what you experience when you see children suffering so much, and I just needed that release. And I remember when I was praying for Kyra, there was this moment that I wrote, Lord, help us to speak life into her sweet soul. Let every cell in her body regenerate. Let every part of her, from the soles of her feet to the soul of her spirit, know that she is loved, and that we as a Candlelighter family, as her family, will always speak life into her. And I remember writing that in big capital letters, speak life. And do you want to tell or show them?
So I think it was maybe the next morning, Tasha texted me and she said, you know, hey, I was journaling and I just kept writing speak life, that I prayed to speak life into Kyra's life, to you all's life, and I just sent her like these big eyes back. She's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I just got a tattoo that says speak life.
Say that one more time.
I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have a tattoo on my arm that says speak life. So we were just like freaked out because she's like, I don't even know how that happened, but it was on my heart, and obviously it was on my heart, and I got it inked on me. But yeah, we were kind of tickled and surprised, and we just knew that the connection was real. So yeah.
And you know what's funny is that these miracles happen almost daily here. When you're surrounded by such courageous children, you only know that the presence of God and community and miracles are constantly around you. And it's so funny that ever since Kyra has passed, the amount of butterfly kisses that she sends, obviously to you all first and foremost as a family, but even to me and to Candlelighters, it is just the most beautiful affirmation of love, that they are home, that the pain is gone, and that they are still part of us. They're still with us. They're still sending us their butterfly kisses in so many different forms. Even sometimes it could be in like silly moments. You know, we have this wonderful caterer that does so much good for Candlelighters. Marilyn Elwood, if you're out there. Shout out to you at Sweet Inspirations. And you know, it was long story short, we needed a birthday cake for someone, and we got the whole cake designed and so forth. And last minute, that person couldn't come into town to receive their cake, and so I was like, okay, now what do we do with this cake? And Kyra's birthday was actually that same day, and I just thought of the family, so I'm like, this cake is for you all. I feel that this cake belongs to you all. And do you want to tell them what happened when you cut into the cake?
So Taj brings the cake to our home, and you know, she drops it off, and when we sing happy birthday to Kyra and we cut the cake open, the inside of the cake was turquoise. And I text Taj and I'm like, do you know the inside of this cake is turquoise? And she's like, no, it's a vanilla cake. And I'm like snapping pictures, trying to send it to her. And the moment behind it is that Kyra's favorite color is turquoise. And we incorporate turquoise in almost everything we do. It's in our home, it's in her room, it's throughout our home, you know. And when we cut into the cake, everyone just was kind of like, wait, did she plan this? Was this a trick? Did she really get this cake for us? And just kind of like, you know, gifted it to us? But Honestly, the cake was for someone else. She had no idea that the vanilla cake was going to be turquoise. I have turquoise frosting on it underneath the fondant, and it was, and it was just kind of like a hey, hello moment, you know, like I'm still here, I'm good, and you know, everyone kind of was just like, wow, we were taken aback, but it was really cool.
And again, it reminds you that our children are with us, and those moments are beautiful. They give us butterfly kisses. They give us affirmations of love. Oftentimes, we hear so much, especially as a staff. I think at Candlelighters, how can you work in such a painful state? And I can't see that. How can you work in such an industry that literally faces death and pain every single day, especially that of children? And what you realize from these small affirmations, from these big affirmations, that it is the greatest honor of your life to be amongst these kids, to be amongst these angels, to be able to serve Kyra, I can honestly say, has been one of the greatest honors of my life. And now to have this beautiful friendship with Shamika, there are so many days, including this day that we did this magazine, where I was literally sick from the immunotherapy. And Shamika carried me through. And to be able to serve these angels, to be able to fight like a kid is the greatest honor. And I'm going to ask the community now to join me. Whether you can only make $1 donation or $100 donation and get your butterfly or anything in between, when you get involved, when you donate, you join this family. You join this family and you find a purpose for yourself. You don't have to endure the exact same battle to understand. Cancer touches all of us in many different ways, or even if it's not health related at all, anything you have endured, I promise you that you will find strength when you get involved with Candlelighters. You will find your voice, you will find your purpose, and you will find that no matter if even on the saddest days, if you had the honor to be amongst these gorgeous children, come here, yeah. These gorgeous children, there's nothing better to spend your time on, there's nothing better to spend your life serving, and there's certainly nothing better that you can buy for your money. So I ask you on this Giving Tuesday to think so much more than just donating to another charity. It is about giving these kids and these families every single resource to say, hey, I am sorry that you have to be part of this battle against pediatric cancer, but if you're going to be, you have an entire family that will make sure that you do not face this alone.
Where are the kids?
Where are the kids?
Yeah.
Did we lose the kids? Do you know where the kids are? Will you lead us to the kids?
Come on.
I bet you can follow the butterflies. We can find them.
You want to go find the kids?
Do you see butterflies? Do you want to follow the butterflies? There's another one. Is there another one over there? Oh my goodness. Have you seen the kids? Maybe they wanted to go shopping in the resale shop that helps all of our programs and services. Maybe they visited the butterfly boutique. We don't know. Lauren, do you see the kids yet? Let's keep following those butterflies. Here we are. There they are.
Here we are. Say hello. Here we car. This car is actually going to be raffled off this year, February 9th, or next year, February 9th, 2019, in our Have a Heart Gala extravaganza. This is going to be the 17th annual gala that we have done, and this coming year is actually going to be the final curtain. We are retiring our Have a Heart event with the excitement of knowing that Candlelighters is growing and we have new vision and new opportunities to provide for all of our families. So in 2020, we're going to have great new opportunities for our donors and sponsors. But if you're still interested, we have car raffle tickets available in the resale shop as well as online. This car was donated by the Brevard County Hyundai dealers and the Nelson family. So you can actually also purchase raffle tickets at either of the locations at Coco or in Coastal Hyundai. So we thank you all for joining us on this Giving Tuesday. And before we sign off, we want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts and let our kids say goodbye. I want to say goodbye. Play your ear. Choo 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 choo. Woohoo! Happy Giving Tuesday, everybody.
Giving Tuesday from our Candlelighter families to yours. We love you.